There's big old dog tracks on this. I wonder if that's not a dog at all. Hopefully I can find my way back out of here. This is going to be a bit more of an adventure than I had planned on. I wonder how long I've been on this bike. I bet it's been 2 hours. No, it's been more than that. I've been like skating around on ice for 3 hours.
Well, it is February 3rd here in Wisconsin, so I should really have a snowmobile in this trailer instead of the 701 here. But since it's 39 degrees, I figured it wasn't really much sense in bringing a sled, so we'll hop on this. I've got some new stuff to test out, got some trails to take a look at, and I'm just gonna go out and enjoy the beautiful spring day we're having here at the beginning of February.
Well, that right there is the snowmobile trailer, I guess what's left of it anyway. And I'm told that I'm gonna have to watch out for a bunch of these guys, because supposedly they're all out running the roads and the forest roads, because the bars are, they have nothing coming in because nobody's here. I mean, usually there's just a flood of people from down south coming up here to ride the trails, and there's no trails to ride, just leaves. There's one. And a whole bunch more. You gotta take it real easy on the corners, because not only do we have all the gravel kicked up on the road, but we've got the new D-Sports on here that have been on here for like 2 months now. I just have been so swamped with work and kids and everything else that happens in life. Should probably try to burn some of that new tire smell off of these things. My younger brother actually laid down my dad's FZ06 right after he put a new rear tire on it. He was cornering, well, he was taking off and cornering, and I think he punched the gas a little too much and lit the rear up. You guys see anything? I can't see nothing. I shouldn't have put these goggles on. I could have flipped my sunshade down. Probably the thing that I dislike most about riding in the wintertime is that the sun is just always so close to the horizon. There's like not a good time that you can ride without it being in your eyes. Unless you're going the other direction, I suppose. Since I've got a little bit of road riding to do here, I'm actually going to turn the Oxford heated grips off, and I just got the MSR gloves turned all the way up. What else do I have on for gear? Big Rock Moto always goes over his gear before he goes out on a ride. I guess I should have done that already. Here we are on the ride. So I've got the Surge MSR gloves on, MSR Voyager coat and pants, then I've got the MSR mid layer and base layer top and bottom. I forgot my Rocky Mountain riding socks, so I just got a regular pair of socks on, but I do have my heated inserts in the MSR Adventure boots. And what else have I got? I've got my snowmobile version of the Scorpion 950 helmet. I think we're gonna actually head down there. There it is. I actually see that they're coming out with a new version of this one that honestly looked pretty darn nice. And I do a two-finger clutch maneuver with these big gloves on. Seems like it. Look at that. I don't think that river's running too often this time of year. In fact, this time last year, I think I was on my new sled on that trail. See what this looks like. Woo! I definitely feel a bit more at home on the gravel with these tires. Not quite sure what to expect with the kind of power that this thing's got. I gotta say, they definitely look good on there, and I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't make the cut for the early access pass to the new Tusk tires that they've got coming out. But I think honestly the D-Sports are really the best option for this bike, or at least I guess for now that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll change my mind when I get to test out the new set. Those seem like they're maybe a little bit more for adventure bikes. Not the 701 can't be an adventure bike. Probably my favorite adventure bike. Although the TW, I don't know. TW is definitely a close second. I really enjoyed that. It's quite the drop. I don't think I'm going to be going down there, but look at that. You could open water fish today. As much as I love my snowmobile, I can't complain too much, though. It's nice to be able to walk outside and not freeze before you take a few breaths. Yeah, these are getting too warm. Turn them down a tad. Just that little bit of walking around, and I got to open the vents up already. Yikes. I guess when I was listing all that stuff off, I should have known that it sounded like too much. I'll switch to some regular old glasses. Oh. used to wear goggles like absolutely every time I went out. And then I realized that unless I was actually having issues getting dust in my eyes, goggles really are, whoa, that's ice. Really kind of silly because you kill half of your beautiful view of the world around you with all the foam and plastic. Uh-oh, what's going on here? They're supporting the bars. Just wood burner, I guess. So throwing something green in there. Woo, yeah, those vents work good. I don't think those are going to be open for long. Well, one of my favorite parts about riding in winter is that I never have to worry about the bike getting dirty. Usually I'll wash them in fall, or at the very end of fall when there's the last 50-degree day where I can just barely stand to be outside washing it off. And then it stays nice and clean, but I guess when it's 40 degrees and the sun's out, you can definitely have some mud. Oh well, hopefully that'll clean my new tires off a bit. I really need to get out on this thing more. I've actually been even contemplating selling it to free up funds for other things, but I just feel like I haven't given it enough of a chance. And I mean, it kind of stinks that they've been out in the market for so long that I don't think it's really a bike that's worth putting a whole lot of effort into as far as making videos. But I don't know, I guess maybe it is. What do you guys think? Thinking that I might actually go an even different direction than what I had been talking about as far as the replacement for the KLR. I'm not really sure yet. Or I guess maybe I am. I haven't fully committed, but I think I know what I'm going to do, and I'll be making some videos on that as soon as I can find the time to kind of tell you guys what I'm thinking and get your take on it. I kind of forgot this was here. I'm glad to see this is open. I'm actually not sure when they even close those. I think just during the spring thaw, but I was a little worried that this might qualify as a spring thaw. Might be the spring thaw, you never know. It has certainly been a good year to not put your motorcycle away. It's also been a good year to not have just bought a brand new sled. I'm so glad that I didn't go that route this year. Stuff is kind of, I don't know, chewed up and crusty enough that it seems like there's at least an illusion of traction or something adjacent to traction anyway. Whoa. How many of you guys took my advice and didn't winterize your bike this year and winterized yourself and have been getting out and riding? I've been out a few times. Kind of been doing a lot more with the e-bikes just because it's kind of hard for me to get out for a quick ride and do anything that I classify as interesting enough to film. I really hope that the gate at the very end of this is open as well. I don't really want to try to come back through this. Oh, are they logging in there? I was going to say, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That's why this is all packed down so hard. This looks a little bit more like what I was expecting. Much better. Whoa. This is what I'm looking at buying. Something with a little longer bed than that. That's what I want, though. Figure that way when the kids get big enough to ride them, I can put a side-by-side on the back. Everybody's out here today. Good day for it. I don't know what he's doing. Four-wheeling? Oh, no. Out on a snowmobile on the ice. Look at that. This would be a cool place to fish. These, again, even on a 40-degree day, I've got to say, I'm not disappointed isn't the right word, and I guess maybe I just don't really understand how these things are supposed to work. I would think on the hottest setting on a 39-degree day, my hands would be hot, but I mean, I guess I'm moving. They're having to deal with the air sliding over them, cooling them down, so I suppose maybe I shouldn't be all that surprised. But I don't know, I figured they'd be hotter, I guess. Not like it really hurts to have a set of heated gloves and heated grips, because really the heated gloves only heat the top side, not the bottom. Oh man, everybody's out fishing, I suppose because it's nice enough to sit out there in a t-shirt. I don't know if you'd be able to see them or not. Huh. Oh, they're going in right there. Look at that. Huh. I've had more than enough riding around on ice. I don't need to go do it out in the lake. I don't know if I'll actually even stick the studs in here. I had planned on it. That's actually the reason that I decided to put the D Sports on here. I was a little bit sick of my TKC 80s, especially for stuff like this. There's no way I would have wanted to do this with those TKC 80s. That would have been like a skating rink. There's a little bit of traction. Woo! Short-lived though. Keep thinking I'm gonna have to wait till spring to wash this thing off. I think when we get home it's gonna be warmer than it was this weekend. I think it's supposed to be 47 on Monday, or almost 50, I think, even after that. Yikes. Getting weird and sloppy. Whoa! Always an interesting feeling when your back tire tries to pass your front. Woo! Yikes. Oh, no, not what I wanted. This has got to be like the weirdest stuff I've ever driven on. Ooh, into the rut. Into the rut and up on the pegs. Why is it easier to stay in a straight line when you're on the pegs? Oh boy, we're going to be a muddy mess, aren't we? Oh well. Ooh. It's a good thing. How many years can I get out and do this? Whoa! In the beginning of February. Probably just this year would be my guess. Either that or we've already screwed the planet up beyond repair and all of the guesses that they've been making are completely wrong. But hopefully that's not the case, because I kind of miss winter and I sure do like this planet. I like this spot too. This is pretty cool. Never been here on a bike though. Always on the quad. How about that for a view? This one doesn't look much better. I just wanted to see what was down it though, so I figure why not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. And gravel never looks so good. Not a bad sight. I was thinking this morning when you're riding the e-bikes how nice it is that they're so quiet and that you don't have the big giant helmet on kind of blocking your senses. And that is all nice, but there's something nice about motorcycle putting along underneath you, and I don't know, all the gear is a lot to get on and take off at the end of a ride, but I don't know, it's still just kind of a cool experience that you just don't get with anything else, you know. Good for the soul. My wife and I have both been making an effort to try to read through the Bible again. I had read it in confirmation when I was younger, but of course just because I was told to, and obviously once you get a little bit older your perspective changes on a lot of things. Ooh, I believe we could go down that. I often find myself wondering, you know, I'm always in such awe when I'm out exploring trails, because I just think the woods is so cool, and I just love everything about it. It's all so neat to look at, and it's all the smells and the feeling you get out here and just the atmosphere. I don't know, I like it so much, and I really appreciate it. And I wonder what the creator of all this would think of our noisy two-wheeled creations ripping through it. Hopefully you can appreciate it. It's like any tool, it all depends on how you use it, I suppose, and I'm usually just out here to be on it and enjoy it and enjoy the scenery and hopefully not do any damage. What? I can't read any of that. Only trucks, something, no. I don't know, I think it's just saying it's only ATV trail, so I guess we will turn it around. Big old dog tracks on this. I wonder if that's not a dog at all. Might not be up here. Whoa! Huh. Oh, this is neat. Yeah, see, this is what I like so much about these D Sports. Really pretty good on the road, really pretty good off-road, and definitely hold up real nice on the snow. Where am I headed here? Just the creek? No. There's a river that way. Well, this is neat. If I can get back up here. Got some real confidence in these tires. Should be alright. Whoa! I think this might turn into nothing real quick. Or maybe come back out. Hey, look at that. Gotta have a little faith. Oh, I like this bike. Huh. Oh. Did I just go in a big circle here? I think I must have. Whoa! Okay, well, it's plenty of traction, just maybe not quite enough for wheelies. So we made a loop. Let's see if I can get down to that river. Let's try not this way, because that doesn't go anywhere. Oh, maybe it does though. Does it? Ooh. Looks like it goes where there's lots of radiator puncturing devices. Oh wow, that's a big drop down there. We'll just pretend like there's going to be a good spot to turn around down here. Whoa! Okay, and I think this is what's classified as just silly. I'm in deep enough now. I just want to see where it goes. Just hope where it goes isn't a punctured tire. It's quite the little peninsula here. Just going right past the lake. Okay, yeah, that's it. Now we're just in the forest. Well, that's pretty neat. Oh, that's not a... It's a river? Huh. Cool. Alright, yeah, that's more than enough of this type of riding. As nice as that would be, whoa, to have all of the original ground clearance and woo, suspension travel, now I'm sweating that this thing had stock, because this is, if I haven't mentioned in a video you've seen before, lowered like 2 1/4 inches or something like that, front and back. Honestly, it's probably the only way that I'd be able, definitely the only way that I'd be able to ride this type of stuff, but I don't think I'd really feel confident riding one of these completely stock. Woo! Even as is, I am basically just barely able to get the ground comfy enough to do stuff like this without having to worry about anything too much. Woo. But I gotta say, I mean, it obviously gives me more than enough confidence to go do silly stuff like this. See, I think that's the one that I should have taken, because I bet you that goes to the river. Certainly don't need those on. Whew. And you know what? Forgot to mention, as always, got the MSR hydration pouch on here. And one thing about these gloves is I can't get this up to get myself a drink very easily. Oh, but boy, did I need one. I wish I would have brought a lighter pair just for the woods here. Gloves are more than enough right now. Looks a little better. Oh, now we're on the other side of that thing that is not a river. That must be a lake. There's got to be a river somewhere else then. A little bit more trail. Ooh. I definitely like the hydraulic clutch on this. Being able to just get that with one finger is really, really, really nice for this type of thing. Oh, would you look at that? Oh man, I'm gonna have to come here in the summer. Look at this. What a cool spot. I just absolutely love finding spots like this where you can just ride right down to the water's edge, just in the middle of the woods. I just think that's so cool. And really dark rocks too. I wonder what that is. Almost looks a bit like granite. I just don't know why it's so dark. There's animals digging around here? I guess it must be. I was thinking it was people, but I suppose I didn't really see anything other than animal tracks. Huh. Ooh, that's a dirty bike. Oh, well, it looks good with a bit of mud on it too. How many times I'm gonna be looking across the bank and there's gonna be a wolf staring at me from the other side? Ooh. Yeah, it makes me not want to walk out there. That and just regular old common sense. You should never be walking out on the river when it's 39 degrees out, and especially when it hasn't been that cold at all this year. Check that out. Well, I think that's probably about enough. Hopefully I can find my way back out of here and do a little more exploring. Well, I sure am glad that I stumbled on this spot. I cannot wait to come back here and test the waters out with a pole. And hey, maybe even the same bike. Or maybe a new one. Oh, put the glasses on too early. Fogging up. I can't see. Alley-oop. Okay, I can see out of my right eye. Guess we'll just close the left. Come on! Where's the air? Ah! Well, this isn't exactly good. Come on, glasses! Can't go any faster until I can see better. That is the downside to being out for a sunset cruise in the winter. You hit the dew point and things fog up quickly. Oh, I like these tires in the snow. They give me confidence that I shouldn't have. Alright, I did want to see what was down this way. There we go. Almost worked. Ooh, I like this motorcycle. Clearing? And a decision. Both look pretty good. Ooh, what was that? Ooh, these are canine prints. I suppose they do have wolves up here. And wolves leave tracks. Not necessarily afraid of wolves, but certainly wouldn't want to run into a whole pack of them. And not be able to turn this thing around real quick. Wow, that deteriorated quickly. Ah, there's something down there. What the heck? Oh, there's not a road down here. I'm just in the middle of nowhere. Where's that water that I'm seeing? Must not be on the map. Alright, well, before the wolves come. Rum, rum. Woo. Let's try this way. Pines like this aren't my favorite, but they definitely offer a nice perspective on the woods. You can see a long way. Oh, well, keep thinking we're going to come out to a road. Doesn't look like much of a trail anymore, though. I guess you just haven't logged it in a bit. Whoa. Okay. Didn't have quite enough room for that. Oh, and there's a tree here. Hi, tree. Come on. What do you gotta do? That, I think, right? There we go. A little bit of side-to-side action, and you're just fine. Gotta do it just to say we did it, though. Not the best runway. Oh, well, at least I didn't check it out. Back the way we came. Actually, the biggest thing that I find this bike lacking in is the ability to turn the bars. They just, I don't know, did not give you enough space to go far enough left or right for this type of riding. I mean, sure, I can get away with it, but I mean, I wouldn't like to turn my bars a little more. Woo. Now I need those vents open. This is looking a lot more like an old Swanky Cat video, isn't it? I miss doing this. It used to be all I would do is just get out on a bike most of the time by myself and explore stuff like this. And while it may not be the smartest thing, boy, I love it. Woo. So you guys don't think I'm nuts coming out here when it's this cold You're thinking I'm probably uncomfortable and freezing my butt off, but honestly the biggest problem is that I'm usually having too much fun. I don't want to stop and take any of the layers off that I put on to keep myself warm on the road, but man, cold is not a word that I would use to describe myself right now. Sweaty and wet maybe be a good test for the base layer. See if I'm frozen on the way back. Now if I stand just right, I'm gonna shoot air right down my coat. Hopefully that'll help dry me out a bit. There's a certain amount of satisfaction you get at the end of, I guess, any ride, but well, especially one like this. It's different, and I like different. Different is good. Does your wife or girlfriend worry about you when you're gone out on a ride by yourself like this? I've always been so impressed and surprised that my wife just like does not worry, and I guess she's not really one to worry, and I definitely am, but she said she just basically puts it out of her mind, and I've come home enough times that she just pretends that that's what's going to happen every time. That's pretty much what I do too. I do always have my location shared with both my wife and my mom just in case, and it's of course not going to track me into any part of the woods where I can't get cell reception, or it won't respond to the people that are able to track me, because I won't have cell service, but at least they'll know where I was last when I lost service, so gives you a little bit more of a fighting chance. Definitely would have a long walk out today, but I know the woods well enough that I feel somewhat comfortable being out here. I feel a lot better when I'm out at the pavement and it's light out though. Power lost! Oh no! Don't tell me that. Must be sled trail. Yep. I wouldn't want to have my sled on that today though. Ooh, this is cool. Is it ever? I wonder what all the dirt on the snow is about. I guess that must have been, I suppose it could just be trucks, but I wonder if the side-by-side run came through here. I certainly would want to. It's a beautiful road. So for a while my gloves were feeling a bit tight and uncomfortable, and especially my thumb, but now they're kind of not. I think they have loosened up just a bit. And I mean, of course, just like with any piece of gear, it's gonna have to get broken a bit. This doesn't look familiar, but that must be because it's new. Still really not feeling that much heat though. Honestly, there's just not enough power there to warm up my already cold hands, so rather than deal with that. As far as just supplemental heat, I think they would definitely work fine, but I wouldn't buy these and expect to run really cold temps like this without a grip heater. I haven't found too much of an issue hitting any of my controls. Seems like everything works, I don't know, well enough. Obviously, not quite the same dexterity as a thin riding glove, but enough that I can ride it just fine. Just takes a little getting used to. Well, the tires, I've got to say, I'm kind of surprised I didn't make it up that one hill. Oh, look at that. But, I mean, they definitely do not disappoint. Oh, my eyes are freezing. I'm gonna put this down. Look at that, I can even get my glasses off. I used to get off my bike so much more before I started using tank bags. I always thought it'd be in my way or it'd be annoying, and I just figured, if I can hop off and get something out of the back bag, what's the point of running a tank bag? But oh man, I will not own a bike without one now. But am I still wet and sweaty? Boy, not really. I can't believe, I mean, you hear about that you know, wicks away moisture, and like half the time, I don't know, I'm in like Gore-Tex, it's like the words that they use to describe what it does are all marketing terms, and they like sound really good, but I mean, most of the time it's like it never actually does much. But I think I definitely have much less of a wet feeling than I would if I was just wearing jeans and a t-shirt under here. Come on, Zipper, where you at? There you are. Ooh, I got the back ones open. Ooh, look at that bike. That is a cool looking machine. Well, this road looks like it'd be a little bit better suited for a sled. I guess there's still a little bit of gravel showing through, but oh well. What happened to the top of that tree? Now this is going to be a little rough, but it is a shortcut. Yeah, I gotta say I'm pretty happy about my heated grips and the heated gloves. That definitely feels nice, especially this time of day. I think I would have definitely taken a much shorter route and not stayed out past dusk here if I didn't know that I had my heated grips to back me up. I'm almost wondering if maybe I'm gonna wish that I wore my heated vest by the time I get out to the road, but you know, more important things to worry about right now. Woo. Whoa. Probably should have aired these tires down a bit. I wonder if that would have helped me get up that slippery hill. I think that probably just wasn't going to happen no matter what type of tires I had, but I think maybe airing them down would have made a big difference. Whoa. I'm now wishing that I had better lighting on this bike. Most of my bikes, all my bikes end up with big old auxiliary lights. This, I just haven't messed with it. Ooh. But I have been looking a bit. I just really haven't found a good spot to mount lights as much as I do it for the actual light output and to get me safely back home. Look at that. Whoa, from adventures like this. But the placement of them is also fairly important to me. Honestly, really shouldn't be talking right now. I really like how auxiliary lights look on a bike when they're in the right spot, but put them in the wrong spot and they don't look so great. Look at that. Cool. But on a bike like this, there just really aren't that many options. This is going to be a bit more of an adventure than I had planned on. I think my hands are just tired from riding. I was riding the e-bike on the snow this morning, grabbing it way too hard. Oh, grabbing the bars too hard, and now I'm out here without much of an option. You definitely want to stay loose, but there's only so much you can do when you're riding on ice. You don't want to be gorilla gripping it, but you also don't want to not have enough of a grip when you really need it. Oh, look at those pine trees. Whoa, don't look at the pine trees. Don't look at the pine trees. I want to look at the pine trees, though. Why this snow feels so weird? It really does. It's like shooting me all over the place. It hasn't been like that all day. Hope I didn't blow a tire. Wouldn't be the first time. Honestly, though, on this bike, man, I don't know if you guys saw that video where I put these tires on, but taking those Continental TKC 80s off was such a pain, and then putting these back on was like just as bad. And I think a lot of it is just that the heads of the fasteners that they use on the inside of the rim for the spokes, they're just so tall that there's like no place for the bead of the tire to go down into, so you just have like no slack to work over the other side. I think my hands are actually probably still sore from that, honestly. But man, I mean, especially in the winter like this, I mean, there's no way you'd get a tire changed out here. Just not gonna happen. But even on a good, nice, warm, sunny day, I just don't know that I'd even try with this thing. It's such a pain in the butt with the right tools in my basement with a heater on the tire, even on the back one. I don't know. It kind of stinks. Not like I am ever looking forward to changing a tire, but I don't know. It sure would be nice to know that it'd be easier. Look at that. This is actually like one of the coolest roads up here that I found yet. I don't get to see much of it today, but that's all right. Shoot! That was close. Almost out. Should probably be taking it slightly easier then, since we're almost out. Shouldn't I? Nobody to impress but my wife when I get home, without having to call for a ride. I don't know how long I've been on this bike. I bet it's been 2 hours. No, it's been more than that. It's been like 2.5 hours. No wonder I'm beat. Nothing like skating around on ice for 3 hours. I'm enjoying myself. I just feel much better once I'm off of this slippery road. Ooh. Hard to see the curvature a bit with the headlight too. Floodlights would be real nice about now for that. Ooh, and I can't loosen up my grips, but now my Oxford grips are burning my hands. Oh, we're so close. Not that you can tell by the GPS that shut off. Oh, I know that curve. Come on, 701, we can do it. Yeah! Sweet traction. Well, that was one heck of a fun adventure. Thanks for riding along with me, guys. I'm glad we finally made it to the pavement here. I am so happy to see this, but I cannot wait to get out and put some more miles and some more mud on this thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay swanky. Get out and enjoy this beautiful world any chance you get. And if you can't do that right now, there's some more videos to check out in the meantime.